If you've stumbled in here looking for answers, you might find them. But what you're really looking for is what my good buddy Manuel Oficial has to say here. So pause the video, take a picture with your phone, and then when you go outside to fix your car, maybe let the video play in the background, maybe hit the subscribe button, or maybe watch it. Whatever. Enjoy. Alright, Z-Car. Got a lot of projects I got to work on. I need to grind and scrape and paint and weld and that kind of stuff. And I don't want to do that with this in here. So we need to get it out. Timing belt. Fresh gas. Dent. Tires. Brake lights. I think that's the switch actually under the pedal, but whatever. And I got struts for this. I need struts for that. The smell of death no longer permeates the wheel well with my leather seats. Gonna sell it. So we're gonna disassemble this front end. Need the hood prop. I need to pull this away from the wall first, and we are gonna do that the not hard way, hopefully. We're gonna have to move stuff. Throw the fuel soaked and grease and oil soaked cardboard over there where it can catch on fire. Would probably make sense to jack up the car and turn that dolly around so that the handle's on the outside, but then that puts the little locks on the inside. I don't like the locks being on the inside because I can't reach them and lock them when I need to reach and lock them. So I don't think we necessarily need the pulley on there, the block and tackle or whatever, but whatever. Not using any of this footage. Perfect. So we have here, this is the timing component kit, and it comes with a smashed up case. We got a seal, we got a seal, we got a seal, we got an idler, and we got the belt. So this one didn't come with a water pump. I don't think we need a water pump. Oh yeah, now that it's aired out a little bit, I can't even smell it anymore. Maybe I'm just used to the Gonosipha hantavirus smell. I'm gonna have fans going and music playing, and there are 1,000 videos on how to remove all of this. I'll probably just film once I get it open. I might just film me putting it back together because it'll be a lot of bumble stumbling to take it apart. Fan shroud, it definitely has to come out. Radiator hose has got to come out. Belt's got to come off. Cover's got to come out. I should be able to access everything without having to tear the car apart around it. I've seen it done, but you've seen my videos, or you haven't. Nobody watches my videos. You haven't seen them. So, you know, I don't want to have to edit, and I'm not going to try to set up a time lapse with a GoPro because it's just going to piss me off and not work and be something I have to mess and fiddle with while I'm trying to do this. So all this is getting cut out because I'm boring. I'm going to start tearing into this. Maybe I'll take little snippets as I do things, like when I drain the stuff, but why would I even say that on camera? It's all getting edited out. Yep, gonna get that Gonosipha hantavirus. Found all the rest of the mouse turds. I can wheel it to my wheelie cart. That was weird. I had like 2 battery indicators and 2 timers and all that crap on whatever. All right, let's drain this coolant. Well, I guess as we're digging in, we're finding little bits of brown. And yeah, the mouse nest sitting on top of that radiator was no bueno either. Yeah, it's kind of gritty. Yeah, we'll just give it a flush. All original Z31 belts. No low balls, I know what I got. And they spelled Mitsubishi wrong. And they spelled Bandai wrong. Or Bondo. They spelled Bondo wrong. So yeah, we got it fairly well open. Of course, the power steering pump and the alternator were a pain in the ass. Not so much with the AC, that one just came right off because the plate that was sitting right here on top had the adjuster. We got that off. We got the coolant hoses off. So now we got to put it in TDC and get that crank pulley off. And I might have to go into town and get a crank pulley puller because I don't think I have one. What else do we got? That don't look like it need to come off. Just the cover and the crank. But we got to get into the TDC first, so I guess I'm going to do that. We are in like flint. Oh yeah. Don't see anything horrible going on. Oh ho ho, yeah I do actually. It's very loose. Maybe it's not that loose. It just feels like it's loose. Oh no, it's tight there. It's tight there. The slack is all at the top. It's not on the tensioner. I mean, the deflection seems right. That should be about what it is, but that is weeble wobbly. Alright, well, of course the last one is impossible to get off because all the other ones are gonna stop that pulley. Probably should have done that with the belt still on it, but whatever. See if we can make it a little bit less crickety in here. Where you at? We got our timing mark on the crank pulley to, you know, this little first mark under the distributor. 2 captive Phillips screws lifted up. We are pointing at cylinder 1. Cylinder 1, right? So it looks like I was able to get that crank bolt out without getting it out of time. So yeah, that's marks, you know, well enough where it was, and we're still at that, and you know, of course, still at that. So looking good. That's everything out of the way of this guy. So we'll get this plate off. We're still in top dead center. Still in top dead center. You know, don't want to fall victim to Emperor Hiroshito's revenge with these interference engines. That's got some wear marks on it. What's been touching that? The water pump pulley? Neat. Oh, there's a bunch of mouse turds right. Oh, gross. Let's get a vacuum in there. We got our cover off. We can see what's going on. Yeah, disgusting. In that valley pan, some rusty corrosion piling up, dirty. I'm gonna jam a rag in. Well, I mean, that's dirty on the inside too, but I'm gonna jam a rag in that and blow all this off. See if I can't loosen up all this mouse turds. But the Tommy belt actually looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Not much deflection there. Not much deflection here. It's about right. And I don't see any cracks or checks. I mean, especially right there around the tensioner, this belt probably doesn't need to come off. I mean, these are 50,000 mile belts, which probably means they're good for 75, but it's also 40 years old. I don't want to risk it, so that's what we're doing here. Yeah, clean up, untension, remove, insert new one, and should be good. Put it all back together. Assembly is the opposite of whatever we've already done, if we can remember what we did. Oh, and it stinks. Let's get a some extraction going while we get the blowing going, right? Maybe that'll help. Now, what's in your valley pan? Gross. Dump this shit out.
Literally.
What am I doing next? I think now I'm just ready to pull, right? So I'm gonna yank all this junk off and then screw up the engine. That'll be fun. All right, we are loosened up. And now we need, what is it, a Allen key? Just pull the whole thing off. It's gotta come off anyway. We're gonna replace that. If these move, we're screwed. For sale. Because there's absolutely no evidence of any leakage coming out of this water pump, and that now that we got it off, it doesn't make noise. That was all just the pulley. I'm not going to actually replace that, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a 39,000 mile water pump that is probably 10 times better than the new one. Let's give her a little Spectre-Rooney here.
A Rooney-Roo.
Yeah, all the marks are wore off of it. We still have on the teeth here, you know, all the little textured pattern on the side of these ridges. It's still got that textured pattern. So I mean, this thing was on perfect. Whatever dude working at Nissan 40 years ago, good job. Because this did not need to be replaced. I can't see this mark when I got it in, so I'm going to just make a mark. Ta-da! That looks correct on those guys. And then that is not correct. This mark should be with this mark right here. Maybe, okay, so now I think that'll, yeah, we got to turn it around. It goes this way. All right, juke the living hell out of it with a plastic sprudger, kind of like this. And I think I got it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, mark, mark. And if you can see that mark, that's correct. And it looks like it's in there right. That's right. I mean, it can't go on any other way. So if we grenade it, we grenade it, but I'm sure we won't. This all looks pretty good. Check and make sure we didn't forget anything. And we'll get that crank bolt back on and the cover back on, and turn it and make sure that everything's right. Okay, we got everything lined up. Now with that phone call, we'll leave that there so that doesn't get messed up, because I don't need it. What we're going to do is we're going to take this guy right here, and we're just going to take whatever socket, this one, we're going to put it on like we put on our crank, and then we're going to use this to turn the crank. So step right up and seal your fate. All right, so we got our crank back in. Now we're going to adjust our tensioner. Right, so the tensioner is just a suggestion, I suppose, from what I'm understanding. And that to set this deflection, we're going to take this off, right, loosen it so it moves. The book says to turn it clockwise and counterclockwise 3 or 4 times, and then basically just let it go, right? So let's get that. We'll go ahead and tighten it down. That's probably too tight for that, but we are going to spin the crank all the way back around to top dead center. These lines will not line up when we get to top dead center because once you rotate it once, it's all out of whack. There we go. We're now out of TDC. Yeah, I think we're good. That was a whole way around, nothing hung up. And we're just a little bit past TDC here and a little bit down there. So, and we are point at 1. So that was 2 rounds of TDC and or 2 full revolutions of the engine, and nothing bound up. We do want to check our tension now. So we still got a 90-degree bend, right? We still have it to where it moves up to that and down to that. And then this is a little bit less than a 90-degree bend, so that might need to be fixed because that's a 90, but that one's not, right? So we might need to take a little bit of tension off of that, but yeah, because all the slack is still up here. I mean, it feels exactly like it. Well, that side right there felt tighter with the original belt. All right, I'm going to do some check-in and making sure, because I do not want to have to take this thing apart again. Oh, I just realized that was a Dig 'em frog towel. Damn, that's got to be, that towel's probably as old as the car. Looking back at all the old footage, it looks like the tension is about the same as it was when I first took it apart. So I think we're good. And it seems like most people on the internet that are doing this are doing it by sense of smell. So I think we'll be fine. As long as it's not too tight and not too loose, then it's perfect, right? So I know it's not too loose. It might be a little bit too tight. We'll know if we start it up and it sounds like we got a supercharger. And we'll just leave it there and tell everybody we got a supercharger. I was gonna say, yeah, most people doing this by sense of smell, they just say, you put that on, you let the spring do the work, and then you turn it 70 degrees. And then the guy that said to do that said, that doesn't feel right, and then just did it by sense of smell. So, you know, smells like rat shit to me. Ought to be good. So before we put everything back together, we're gonna make sure that all this is cleaned up and good. Get all the grime and the rust off of it, and we're gonna check our harmonica balancer here just to make sure that it is still good. So we will set it up on its side here, and we will just see if it still balances the harmonica proper. Oh yeah. You too can rid yourself of crickets with this one weird trick. You get about 3 minutes of silence. Yeah, got it on, got it off, because I put it on wrong, then got it back on. So I've been at this for like 2 or 3 hours just getting this power steering pump adjusted. But I mean, it's looking good now, right? Right? Yeah, word to the wise, this radiator hose is a bastard to get on if you do your belts first. So I would do the alternator belt on a turbo version. Then I would put the lower radiator hose on. Then I would do the air conditioner, and then the power steering belts, and then the last radiator hose, in that order. By the way, this car does take headlight fluid, because that's the windshield washer. This is the headlight fluid. All it's left to do is put some coolant in it and then start it up. But man, I've been going out here for like 7 hours solid, just trying to get all this shit back together. Because every 10 minutes I gotta pick up the camera and be like, hey, I'm doing this. Gates! Yeah, whatever, I'm doing this tomorrow.
Several weeks later.
So this has 12-year-old gas in it. I'm going to replace the filter anyway, but I'm going to hook a 5-foot hose to it and then drain the gas out of it using that, because I got in the tank with a transfer pump as best I could, and it's still got, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of a tank in it. So I'll see how that works. But man, it's been a while, because like, yeah, the raspberry season and the weather's been crazy, and it's been everything just to keep my pumpkins alive. So yeah, I probably forgot where I was, and yeah, shit's probably gonna go wrong because I forgot to hook this or that up and forgot where I'm at. It's been a minute since I've been out here. So let me get that fuel drained and see if that works. What you up to? Breathing heavy, making noises? Alright, fuel hose, got the battery plugged in. Raining, tin roof.
And stop this bong by closing the door, but then when you turn the ignition on, you get a new bong. It's presumably for the American market. Remind them that they're in a car.
Oh, it's got like 3 different states. Oh, it's still got 1/4 of a tank in it? Ew. Yeah, there's some dripping on the hose. It might have ran it a little bit. It's just not running it continuously. Well, that blows. No, our merry-go-round light is on. No, not the gazebo. I gotta check my gazebo.
My gazebo?
Well, that blows. How much does it drain? I get about that much every time of yellow fuel, I guess. Hey, it went down a notch. Hey, it went up a notch. Hey, it went down a notch. Guess I'll do this 100 more times. Alright, now when I run the pump, it only fills it up that much, when before it was, you know, doing almost a little bit more than a half a bottle. So I guess we're about empty enough as I want to run that pump. So I'll get this fuel line fixed and put some coolant in it and start it. But the sun's coming out and now it's like 8,000% humidity and it is getting very hot in the box. Guess I can't finish this today. Nowhere to put it. Wonderful. All right, we got about a gallon in it. We'll start it, make sure it runs, and then we'll pull it out where we have room so we're not spilling gas all over the paint. is that where I just spilled it? I think it's just where I spilled it. No whine, no clicking, didn't jump time, started right up. Sounds great. Sounds killer. Hell yeah, let's get it off the jack stands and get it out of this garage. First time it's been driven in 12 years. Oh, kick down, idling. Purring like a 40-year-old Japanese kitten. And it's not smoking oppressively anymore. It's a downright pleasurable car now. Let's get it off these jack stands and get it out of here. Hell yeah. My boost gauge. The analog dash has a dedicated boost gauge, but the digital dash uses the tachometer as a visual representation of how much boost you are getting. The taller the bar, the more boost. The lower the bar, you know, you have excess engine horsepower. So this means that either the sensor is bad or I'm not generating boost at all, and I don't realize this for the duration of the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't even hear it spooling. Okay, interesting. Heard something hissing. Maybe this guy that doesn't have a clamp on it and has it up, choked up. That might, you know, not make a difference, but whatever. All right, I'll get it off the jack stands and pull it over with the pulley so I can angle it out of here, and we'll pull it out into the yard. We'll flush the coolant system and give it a bath, because it hasn't had a bath in a long time and it's covered in mousy poop and dirt. And we'll see what condition the paint's actually in. This car has more ground clearance and still manages to somehow be shorter than a Mini Cooper. Alright, first time this car's moved under its own power in 14 years, and the first time I've driven a manual in probably about as long. Damn it. So anticlimactic. Alright, this is the first time this car has moved under its own power since 2012, and the first time I've driven a manual in probably about as long. So let's see if it'll start this time. Sure will. Man, this car is, oh, I'm too tall for this car. Way too tall for this car. Alrighty. Pull it up right here and give her a bath. now the big question. See a little bit of water over there by that speaker. Now these definitely need to swell up. None on this side, and this was the side I was worried about, but yeah, a couple drips of water over there. A couple drips of water right there. But the T-tops look good. Hell yeah. Alright, did a little scouting mission, and the boat landing is hopping, so I can't go that way. Sweet. Got a little bit of temperature on the gauge. Got oil pressure, got plenty of volts. Oh, there's that turbo.
Whoa, you were tearing ass. That was cool.
Parked it in second. I do not fit in this car. Knees touching the steering wheel, head touching the roof, reaching for the pedals. I don't know who this car was made for, but it wasn't me. Cruising at 45 in 5th gear, it does 33 miles per gallon. According to its computer. Ooh, and I can't even hardly hit the pedal. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I just got this, the first time I've driven this car in 12 years.
Cool. It's
So,
well done.
thank you.
I didn't know if it's one of them things that you don't know unless you
No, I got a brake light switch for it. I just haven't changed it yet. Do the test drive. You too, sir? Oh, it stutters at first.
Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should.
When I hit the brakes, I'm also hitting the gas. Like I gotta almost put my right foot on my left foot that's on the clutch. Wow, that's gonna take some getting used to. So now, I guess the only thing left to do is, and there's nothing. Edit the video, I'm done. Nice and hot in here. And I just smell minimal mouse nest fires. And the belt stayed on. Hell yeah. Got too many cars in my yard. All right, 300Z. Just like that guy on the road said, edit the video, I'm done.